Hello and welcome to the video presentation of our brand new PA 8.2, the flagship preamplifier from our Ovation line. Traditionally in the Ovation line we feature our most complex units that we have in production. The PA 8.2 stands for the epitome of our R&D that we have done since 1986, so the latest results are all compiled in only one unit that you see to the left here in its standard silver version and to my right in the black standard silver version. The PA8 derives its name from the abbreviation of preamplifier. PA stands for preamplifier. The modular concept allows you to configure the unit exactly to the specifications that are needed in your system at home. At the same time, you only have to pay for inputs and outputs that you actually need. You have a choice of, for instance, digital inputs, a phono input and linear inputs, and also a tuner input. At the same time, you can also choose between a transistor output stage and a tube output stage, whatever you like best. Typical for the Ovation line is its machined aluminum housing without any visible screws, and the 50mm thick front panel, which is engraved also with our logo. On the top of the unit you can see a glass window, and through this window you can see the tubes where they are in the unit very nicely glowing. On top of it, all the PA 8.2s have as a standard our aluminum remote control, the RC3, which has the exact same finish like the unit itself. When the PA 8.2 arrives at your door, it comes in a flight case just like this. So actually, of course, after shipping it may suffer a couple scratches, but nonetheless the unit is very well protected in the flight case. To open it is very easy. Just open the two butterflies on both sides, take off the lid, and here you are. In the back of the unit, underneath the unit, you will find the power supply cable, and in the front the remote control RC3. Now I'd like to introduce you the numerous technical features of the PA 8.2 a little bit more in detail. Let's start with the PCB boards. Actually, what you can see is the most striking feature is we are using black covered PC boards, and also all the soldering is done on these gold plated PC boards. Actually, we are using these gold plated PC boards to avoid aging effects, for instance caused by humidity. Before we go deeper into technological details, I'd like to show you one little detail that is found on the front plate, which are the two control knobs. Actually, these are made of only one piece. What we do is we mill down the aluminum block, so actually the control knob and the axle are just one piece. The axle of the unit is fixed in a ball bearing, so actually it enables us to put the unit also on the knobs that I don't really recommend for you at home. Now we will open the top cover and I will show you a little bit more in detail the general layout of the unit. With the open unit you can see very nicely the general layout of the unit. In the front you see the power supplies, and in the back of the unit you see space for the input and output modules. On this side you can put in up to 8 input modules and 3 output modules. In the front of the unit we are featuring the new power supply, which is the main difference to the PA8. Actually, what we have here, I have this on a separate circuit board for you, are the two main transformers which deliver the plus and minus voltages and are of an enormous size of 35 VA per piece. The little power supply, which is on the top PC board, which you can see here, only delivers the high voltages for the tube output stages when they're plugged in. There's one more thing which is a main difference to its predecessor, the PA8. Actually, we have now added a separate headphone amplifier. The headphone amplifier is located down here. This is a Class A amplifier which can also drive very complex and difficult to drive or low efficiency headphones. The line input module features two inputs, balanced and unbalanced. Actually, you can use both of these inputs independently and also at the same time, and you can switch between them. This means one input module delivers you two inputs. Switching between the inputs is of course very easy. On the front panel of the unit, you simply switch between input 1 and 2. So this is the easiest possible way that you can think of. As a complete new addition to the PA 8.2, and this is the difference to the PA 8, we have now also a line input module which allows you to adjust all the tone controls. The tone control unit allows you to adjust bass, treble and also the loudness. The square unit here is the D to A converter, which is a module in itself. So it can be replaced and updated and upgraded later on if you like. The module features 4 digital inputs which can be used all at the same time and individually. You can again switch between those 4 digital inputs back and forth. With this D to A converter and digital module, you can now also play back DSD files up to 128 DSD. The next highlight is the completely new developed phono module. Actually, this module can also handle MM and MC cartridges, and you can adjust this module to, for instance, the load of your MC module. We will feature, with this feature, which is done in real time, you can also adjust your phono cartridge in real time, switching back and forth on the front panel of the unit between different settings, for instance, different load cartridges back and forth. As a useful addition, we also offer an FM tuner module. The output modules are usually located in this area. You can, as I mentioned before, you can add 3 individual output modules. For instance, this is the solid state output. Again, 2 outputs that you can use simultaneously, balanced and unbalanced. It's a completely solid state design, and like all the other units, the supply voltages are again stabilized on the modules for a second time again. The real highlight is the tube output module for the PA 8.2. Also, this module has been completely newly developed, and actually you can slot up to 3 of those modules in this area. You can also use these slots, for instance, for up to tri-amping. The voltages to operate the tube output module are generated in this power supply, which I have mentioned before. Actually, also the high voltages and all the other voltages used to operate the tube output module are generated in this special power supply. In this open unit, you can very nicely and very well see that the signal path, where the signal comes into the input modules on this side, is transferred via the backplane to its output sections. On no place has a cable in the signal path. So actually we have no uncertainties or no fluctuations from piece to piece, because there are no cables in the entire signal path in the unit. All the new modules can also be used in previous PA 8 models. That means the modules are also downwards compatible. Very easy to use, simply plug them in, everything else is adjusted automatically. All the products are made here in Malch, in our factory, assembled, and also our vendors are very close by. Here you see again the black standard version and the silver standard version. And as a special highlight, as a special order, we can also deliver a completely chrome front panel, which you see here. This is a special order, very delicate to handle, but also very beautiful and very unique. Earlier this year we started to produce our power amplifiers MA 6.2. Actually what you see here is the ideal combination. Housing size is exactly the same as the PA 8.2, and we also have a model which is called SA 6.2 stereo amplifier. Then you only have 1 box and 1 preamplifier to make a perfect combination. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you like to find additional information, you can also visit our homepage www.avm.audio.